course, today we lost a real guitar hero in the metal world. And if you guys got any cool stories of Alexi Laiho, please do share them here. And if you're a big fan of Children of Bodom, you got funny stories from the tour, would love to hear about it. You know, I did a session like this when Eddie Van Halen passed away, and I didn't want to make another live stream talking about guitar players passing away. That really sucks. But we have to remember these amazing musicians, and people like that. You don't get them coming on this planet often, existing on this planet often. So I'll tell you my stories, about this. My experience actually with Children of Bodom, Alexi Laiho, his music. But yeah, so in case you didn't know, Alexi Laiho is a awesome, absolutely amazing guitar player formerly from the band Children of Bodom. That's what he's most known at. He also has a band now after Children of Bodom, but he hasn't released anything from that yet. But we all know him from the metal band Children of Bodom, and they've been around before DragonForce. And I remember them coming onto the scene. I thought, wow, man, this guy is good or what? And it's I think it's good to talk about, I think pay a tribute to him than just posting rest in peace on social media. You guys can also share your story of another great guitar player like that. Unfortunately, passing away so young at the age of 41. So I saw the news this morning when I woke up. We don't know the exact date that he passed away, but no matter what, man, it's a terrible year. It's a terrible start to the year. Let's see. You remember seeing Alexi back at Bloodstock in 2005 and Sinergy. I actually met you there too, and we hung out briefly afterwards. Hey, man. Yes. Bloodstock. That's a long time ago. I did go to see the show, actually. I have seen Children of Bodom a number of times. And Sinergy, that was a great album he did for the band Sinergy. That's a lot of great songs. I think that was the second Sinergy album, I believe. I can't remember exactly. But I remember that album with, I think the singer is called Kimberly. Kimberly's the singer. Hi, Kimberly. If I don't remember your surname, I think it's Gloss. But yeah, that was that album was really, really good. You can check out that Sinergy album with Children of Bodom. Guitar player Alexi Laiho. That was an awesome album. That's Kimberly Ghost. Okay, there you go. Ghost. I got it pretty close. But yeah, that was a really good album too. With Sinergy. I don't know if you guys familiar with that album. It's kind of a metal rock album with female singing, metal singing, and some sick guitar playing on that album. Reptane, thanks 100 bits. I remember when you wanted him to be on the stream, but you couldn't get hold of him. Now we know why. F in the chat, boys. Yeah, I said a number of times I wanted to get Alexi Laiho here on Twitch to do a live stream together. Unfortunately, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I was too late to the game. Terrible. He would have been an awesome guest because I know he's done touring for a while, and we've crossed paths on the touring live and on the live circuit a number of times. I've spoken to him a number of times. I don't know him very well, but I've spoken to him a number of times. He's always been chill and very cool. And I can't remember this funny story that I have to ask Sam, because we did do some kind of prank on them once on tour, and I gotta ask Sam what happened there. I mean, I think they got kicked out of the dressing room, something like that. There was it was a funny incident. It was quite funny. But yeah, unfortunately, today, rest in peace, Alexi Laiho, the Finnish guitar hero, former Children of Bodom guitar player. He was awesome. He was really good. It was a shock to a lot of guitar players out there, because I think a lot of us in the scene all looked at Alexi Laiho and thought, man, this guy's so good. not only was he playing really good, there's a lot of great guitar players out there, but a lot of them cannot sing and play at the same time. And he was able to do both and party like a rock star. So that's one thing, a lot of us can play guitar, but we're terrible singers, and talk about being a frontman of the band. That's a whole different level than just being a great guitar player. He had a great stage presence. He was a frontman of the band. He was a great vocalist, singer for what he was doing. It was exciting to watch on stage, and they had great songs. I don't know, you guys can relate to that, but it's different when you can play the guitar and sing. You're a bit cooler. So he was like another level up we're talking about, because most of us can't sing. Like we wouldn't go around playing the guitar and going, oh, I'm a vocalist, I'm gonna go rah. Yeah. Heavy metal and booze. You got into Children of Bodom when you read an article by Zach Wild. He said Alexi Laiho was a guitar virtuoso. That's really nice. Hey, Lemmy, good to see you. Thank you for the sub for 5 months. I'm gonna read out what you're saying here. Hey Herman, so sad to hear about Alexi. I tried pretty hard to get hold of him for you. I thought it was strange no one had heard from him for a while. I'm really sad to know this is why. He was a personal guitar hero of mine, and I will miss him dearly. Yeah, Lemmy, I guess that's why we couldn't get hold of Alexi Laiho. He was, of course, he has some health issues from what we read in the press release since his passing away. Dan 2012, you saw Alexi Laiho with Children of Bodom at the Philadelphia show with Lamb of God and Fear Factory. He was phenomenal. Yeah, he was singing, shredding, playing, going around. He had a great stage presence, and I'm not making fun of other guitar players, but a lot of great guitar players don't have stage presence. Alexi Laiho had it. He had something in him. And we were like starting off the scene at the same time, And, they started they had the first album a few years before DragonForce, but at that time, we like still were small bands, and I always thought, man, this guy's so good on the guitar. And I'm not surprised, he took Japan by storm. The first album, the second album really took the Japanese scene by storm. He was in the cover of the magazines and all that, and it was obvious why. He had something special about him that wasn't in all these other Scandinavian metal bands. He wasn't afraid to play solos and show that he was good at it, which I love, because he played that guitar. He wasn't scared. And I feel like a lot of guitar players, sometimes they're a bit reserved. A lot of the Scandinavian guitar players, they're really good, but they don't want to show off that, how good they are. And every time I heard these Children of Bodom songs, I listen to solos, I go, man, this guy, he's really accurate. He's got great melodies. He's fast if he wants to be. He was great. I can't even tell you. I mean, I can't even go, oh, this is how he plays, because he has his own sound. And what I mean is, you can hear that's Alexi Laiho playing the guitar. First time, if you hear a guitar solo of him on another song, oh, wait, is that the guy from Children of Bodom? That's the kind of thing about, these, guitar players. They're not just great players. They have that unique sound that is unlike anything out there, that you can pinpoint immediately. Oh, that's that guy. That's that guy. He just had that signature sound. So, I mean, a great example is that Sinergy album that he was on, and you go, oh, okay. You if you didn't know he was playing in the band, you would have immediately thought, oh, is that Alexi playing the guitar? I see a lot of you guys have seen him play. You saw Children of Bodom back in Photo Rock. You only knew a few songs, yeah. But it was, you know, he was good. And he harmonized those parts too. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. If I didn't say Happy New Year to you last time, Happy New Year to you. 2021, I was going to say I hope for something cool, but hey, that's not a great start for 2021. You know, sometimes you think, wow, I wish I saw that musician live. And it's like, you know, that when that opportunity comes for you to see a band, take it. You might never be able to do it again. We come to a strange world. It's like you got to take that chance. So if live concerts ever come back, you got to go out to those shows and try to make it and watch live music. It's nothing like YouTube or Twitch. It's a complete different experience. And you have to go to enjoy it. And I know back then growing up, there were people that only was into watching videos of guitar players, never went to a live show ever. They just wasn't into it. And I tried so hard to convince some of these guys, you got to go to see a live show. You know, it's different, but it's not always the case. Of course, today we paying a tribute to a guitar hero, sadly, who passed away, Alexi Laiho from Children of Bodom, former Children of Bodom guitar player, an absolute amazing guitar player. One of the best of this new generation of metal players. And if it's probably the best, I don't want to say he's the best, but if I had to pick one who was the best, I can easily say that's him, and I won't feel bad about it if someone argue about it with me, because I will have enough ammunition to argue that he is better than these guys. You know, he was that good. He could sing, he could play, he had great stage presence, his solos are really memorable, and he has the unique sound to his playing. When you hear him, you know that's him. When you hear it somewhere else, you know it's him. So, you know, that all those criteria easily make him one of the best, if not the best, in metal of this new generation of guitar players. And my favorite album is Hatebreeder. Definitely. Like I said, I love that Sinergy album he was on. But Hatebreeder, that's my personal favorite. What are some of my favorite songs on that album? Let me have a look here, because my memory is pretty low. Towards Dead End is probably one of my favorite. Of course, the way it started, the blast beat, Warheart. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Sick album. The first album, I really like that too. The third one also, you know, I always remember by color. The green album, the red album, the blue album, which is like the third one, right? And then Tokyo Warheart, that was a really cool live album as well. That had the energy. I mean, he's done a lot of great songs and great albums, and lots of awesome guitar playing. I don't think there's any bands out there that sounded like Children of Bodom and his playing. Follow the Reaper, that was a good one too. Your first concert was Rock Hard 2007, DragonForce, and headliner Children of Bodom. Oh wow, yeah, that was your first concert. That's one hell of a lineup. I actually remember that that show. Did they have a bar on stage? One thing I remember Children of Bodom is, I can't remember what year it was. They had a bar on stage. I thought that was really cool. I remember Sam and I talking about it. I go, wow, they have like a cool bar on stage. They, instead of like doing a tough usual metal stage, they just put a bar there, and like, wow, okay, that fits them. It was original. It was different. And you can see that's why, you know, DragonForce, we have an arcade. We're like in a gaming arcade on stage, while Children of Bodom have the bar. Amon and Marv have the Viking setup, and the bar definitely fits Children of Bodom. I see a lot of you guys have seen Children of Bodom play on stage. That's great. Obviously, when when Sam saw that they had a bar, he thought, this is really cool. This is really cool. I want to have a bar on stage. Anyone seen the Children of Bodom stage with the bar set up? Or is it just me? Or am I just like thinking it's true? It never really happened. Oh, they had a car, a barbecue, a bar on stage. Oh yeah, that's it. You know, as a serious band, they were able to come up with some non-serious stuff. I mean, he was definitely a guitar hero, no doubt. He inspired a lot of guitar players to play. Especially in the world that was not playing guitar solos. Playing guitar solos was still very uncool. He didn't really care. He did it. And I remember, do you remember, like, he used to play Jackson guitars actually before ESP. He used to play the Randy Rhoads guitars. He had like a really cool picking. And then they do this trading off with the keyboard player. Like harmonizing. You bought Alexi Laiho LTD 600 today. Did you have to pay extra money? Red Varg. Did they bump up the price? Or did you get it before they started bumping up the price on that guitar? You got it just before they bump up the price? That's good. You know what? There's always someone price gouging someone when someone dies. Someone have to take advantage of it. For some fucking reason. No idea why. Well, I know why, because people are greedy. I mean, we don't know what, how Alexi passed away. I don't think they want to talk about it. It's their family's privacy. But yeah, it is a sad day for metal, for guitar playing. He wasn't good just as a metal player. He was like just so good as a guitar player. No matter what style it was. He was like up there in a high level. And of course, you guys heard about, I tried to get him on Twitch. We tried to reach him, but we couldn't get hold of him on Twitch. So that's to do a Twitch stream. So it makes sense now. He had possibly have some health issues for a while. I mean, you guys tell me your Children of Bodom story. If you've been to a show, you met him before, go for it. Where's the puppy? He's on my feet, actually. I don't know if I can show you. Hold on. There's the dog here. The dog. Woof, woof, woof. He's on my feet. You got the chance to see some of your favorite musicians in Boston in a small venue? That's great. And a lot of bands, I gotta say, musicians. Music is like a business. It goes up and down. You're not guaranteed to stay on top forever. You do some big shows and sometimes you do some small shows. So that is a good thing for fans to get the chance to see a band sometimes in the arena and sometimes in a smaller club venue. So go out and see these musicians when they come on tour again. I know from experience, sometimes you miss the tour, you never get to see them. They either don't tour again. Unfortunately, some of them passed away. I never got to see Eddie Van Halen because I was sick when, he had a concert that time. I was invited, but, I was sick. I didn't want to go around spreading my flu or whatever I had with me. I actually thought about Sam when I thought about Alexi Laiho passing away. I thought Sam should maybe drink a bit less. I know he thinks he's all smart and stuff like that. He's going to beat the system when it comes to drinking. But, he's not exactly not drinking on tour every single day. So, not that he'll ever listen to me. So, it's like, don't even bother. Can I jam something in the style of Children of Bodom? Well, we can try, but let me look if there's any Children of Bodom style backing track. How about that? Alright. This one says is Melodic hard rock heavy metal backing track in D minor in the style of Alexi Laiho. Let's see. This is pretty good. You know, about a band, right? Like a band like Children of Bodom. When they started off, you know, really, they were like, they really took on the scene like a storm. It was like, it's fresh, it was different, it was like, there was nothing like it. I mean, we heard a lot of Scandinavian style metal, but, you know, they came in, they made a storm. And you can see, you know, bands, they come in. After a few years, people start talking shit about bands. Well, after they made a storm because they became really popular. And I think, you know, all these little shit talking sometimes do hurt the band in some way. So if you do like a band and they got popular after a while, and you think, oh man, the band is more popular now, don't talk shit about them, please. They have feelings too. They really do. And it's, you might think, well, maybe that fourth album is not as good, or the fifth album. It's hard to consistently make really good albums because it depends on where you are in your life. That means the listener, and where the band is in their life. And you have all the time in the world to make that first album. And then the second and the third, that's the pressure is on if you're getting some kind of success, because time is not on your side anymore. They expect you to go out, tour, to do a bunch of things, do interviews, where it dilutes the time and the energy the musicians have to make another album. So you guys need to understand, you know, the other side of life is musicians. When they start touring, they start doing a bunch of stuff and become popular. It's become difficult to make another killer album. And also, you have heard a few albums now. It might not give you the same feeling as the first time you've heard. So I just want to say that, speaking out for the musicians out there, a lot of them feel the same way. Your first album is easier, the second album possibly, and then it gets tough. And then later on, the fifth, seventh, sixth, eighth album, it gets even tougher. You know, what are you going to do? Change style? No. If you have a unique style, that makes it even more difficult. And I'd say Children of Bodom have a unique style that isn't out there. There is not another band out there that sounds like them. I can say there are bands that sounds like, you know, other bands very similarly. But they definitely is one that, you know, I don't think anyone out there sound like. So, you know, it's crazy. And again, rest in peace, Alexi Laiho. Unfortunately, he passed away recently. We only knew about it today. And he was, you know, he was an absolute, how to say, influential metal guitar player. He was just so good. He was so good. And everyone knew about it, especially the other players in the other band. Everyone just kind of, I remember having conversations with all kind of players about, wow, that guy, Alexi, he's really good. No one can deny how good he is as a musician. You know, he had the songs, he had the playing, and on top of that, he could sing. So many guitar players out there who are really good, technical guitar players. You wouldn't want to hear them sing. You'd never want to hear me sing if you can. You know, just barely acceptable for backing vocals.